What's up, y'all? It is Carmen Chloe, founder of SingleMarriedWidow.com. And if you are watching this video, it's probably because you're a widow and you were looking up moving forward after the loss of a spouse and you happen to land on this video. So again, I am Carmen Chloe, founder of SingleMarriedWidow.com. Make sure before you watch this video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you're able to get the notifications when I record a video or drop a video on Wednesdays. And then also get connected to the community, SingleMarriedWidow.com. If you're a widow, if you know a widow, if you're looking for a safe space, a community. I also have a 6-day healing challenge inside of our private group if you feel like you want to embark on that. So a little bit about me. I'm Carmen Chloe. I am a widow. Day before yesterday, actually made 7 months that I've been a widow. I have 2 small children, and my life has been through one transition after another after the loss of my late husband. And I just wanted to start the Single Married Widow community to create a safe space for us widows to give a voice to our journey, because I noticed that there weren't a lot of voices that were speaking out about widowhood and, like, you know, letting people know that there are widows that don't look like the typical, like, older, you know, widow who has had the chance to spend 50, 60, 70 years with their spouse. Me, I was married for 6.5 short years, was with my husband for a total of 10 years. So this is new territory for me, and I found that by me doing videos, by me writing social media posts and blogs, and just being honest about my journey, it's proven to be therapeutic. It's proven to be quite healing. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from other widows where, you know, I've given them courage to share their story or to just connect and to know that wherever they are in their journey, that it's okay, and it's okay for them to not be okay. So with all of that being said, we're going to be talking about moving forward after the loss of your spouse. A lot of times people get moving forward and moving on mixed up, and some people can kind of interchange the two. Moving on to me is kind of like forgetting that your spouse ever existed, and I would never ever do that, regardless of anything that we may have went through. Moving forward is, in my opinion, moving forward is deciding to leave the space of just being overwhelmed by the grief and being stuck and being stagnant and almost being paralyzed in your grief, which in the beginning it can be that way. Like, for instance, like when my husband passed away, I lost a lot of weight. I was not eating. I was in like a trance, so to speak, for a couple of months actually. And it took me a while to kind of even want to eat and to just do some of the things that I was doing. And I'm still 7 months down the line, my life is still turned upside down. Like, my children and I, we've moved to a completely different state. We're trying to figure things out here, like what's going to be upcoming for us in the next season. So in that beginning stage, just the whole shock and the whole like disbelief of like, is this really my life? Like like widowhood and grief, it does something to your mind. Like I think it literally like changes like your mind. But moving forward to me is like being brave enough, or not even brave enough, because you're brave just for waking up every morning and you know, having your right mind after going through losing someone that you were supposed to spend your whole life with. But moving forward to me is like tiptoeing in the direction of having hope, of rediscovering yourself again, of doing things that make you smile and make you happy, and then not feeling guilty about it. I was having a conversation with one of my widowed sisters the other night, and we were talking about, you know, moving forward, and she said sometimes when you think about moving forward, you can almost feel like you're betraying your late spouse. And I was like, it does feel like that way, in a sense that you're like betraying them, and that you should be sad all the time, and that you should stay stuck and stagnant in your grief. But I really feel like our late spouses, like, you know, will want us to move forward, to never forget about them, like never ever, but to move forward, to find our, not necessarily our happy place again, but find some joy in, you know, rediscovering some old gifts and talents, or some old hobbies, or something like that. So there are many things that you can do to like move forward after the loss of a spouse. You can pick up a new hobby. Like one of the widows in my grief share group, she has picked up a new hobby. I think it's painting or something. Like she just started painting, something that she's never done before, and she discovered that she really loves it. So that's a way of her moving forward and moving out of her comfort zone and moving out of her grief and moving out of being stuck and stagnant. Another way that you can move forward is creating a community or holding space for other widows. I feel like with me creating the single married widow community, that's a way of me moving forward while also remembering my late husband and never ever forgetting about him. Another way that I've considered moving forward is by thinking about getting a job. Like I'm seriously thinking about getting a job. I haven't worked a job in 5 years, I believe. So thinking about getting a job, thinking about moving to a different location, and possibly, you know, my children and I really having our own space again, not so close to my mother. Although, you know, if we do decide to move, we'll be really close to my little brother, but he has his own family, has a lot going on, so he's not gonna just be rolling up on us like how my mom does sometimes. But that to me is a step to move forward as well, because we've never you know, we're in transition right now and we're living in a family home that was vacant, but we've never, me and my 2 daughters, we've never lived without my husband in our own place, not in a place to where it's like this is our home or this is our space without him. So that's a way of moving forward as well. And then just looking to the future and having hope and thinking about, okay, what am I going to do to make sure that this pain that I've gone through doesn't go to waste? And, you know, people say turn your pain into purpose all the time, and it can sound cliche, but I feel like I'm turning my pain into purpose with the community that I'm creating for widows, with me using my voice on videos, with me writing the blogs, with me telling my story, with me working on my forthcoming 2nd book that should be out soon once I finish writing it. But when you think about moving forward, I don't want you to feel depressed. I don't want you to feel like you're betraying your late husband. I want you to think of it as allowing yourself to breathe and to live again after being in a just a place of stagnation and grief and just disorientation and not really knowing which way is up or down or what way to go. So I want you to be easy on yourself. Give yourself grace. I was having a conversation with someone that I met at a conference not too long ago, and I remember her saying, like, give yourself some grace. Like, be kind to yourself and give yourself some grace, because we can't be hard on ourselves and we can feel like, oh, well, I've been grieving for this long, and when I go around my family members, it makes them uncomfortable because I'm sad or I'm this or I'm that. But I just want you to be gentle with yourself, because the journey that we are on, it is a very peculiar journey. It's not one like any other, and it's okay to, you know, create boundaries around your journey so that none of the people that are outside of your space who don't understand, so that they're not able to pass judgment or to put their opinions or mindsets off on you and your journey as it relates to how long they feel like you should be grieving, or how long they feel like you should not be working, or how long they feel like you should be doing this or not doing that. So be kind to yourself, embrace your journey. Don't be afraid to move forward. That does not mean that you're forgetting about your late spouse. It does not mean that you're betraying them. It just means that you're giving yourself a chance to live again, because you're still alive. Again, this is Carmen Chloe, creator of SingleMarriedWidow.com. Make sure you check out the website, get connected to the community, subscribe to my channel, and look for videos every week on Wednesdays. And I'll see you guys on the next video. And feel free to comment below or to reach out via email if you just want to talk or vent or ask a question or whatever. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Peace.